Hey guys, Lady Ethne here, and I know I normally don't do voiceovers over my speed draws, but considering who this fan art is for, I feel like it felt appropriate. So by the time this video is out, Matpat will have retired as the host of Game Theory, Food Theory, Film Theory, and Style Theory. I think that's all there is. And I think he'll still be on GET Live, but I'm not sure. Anyway, when I heard the news, saw his announcement video, the first thing I thought was, I want to give this man a hug. And even though that can't happen in real life, the second thing I thought was, wait a second, I'm an artist. I can do whatever I want. I can just draw me giving him a hug. So that's what I'm depicting here. And instead of talking about the art itself, I thought I'd share my story with Matpat and Game Theory. So I discovered Game Theory through Peanut Butter Gamer, and now that I think about it, Game Theory and Peanut Butter Gamer have been the two YouTubers I have consistently watched for the longest time. They have both been in my life for like 7 years, I think, at this point, and I discovered both of them through their Zelda videos. And the first Game Theory episode I watched was which version of Link is the strongest. And I remember after that, I just binged all of their Nintendo stuff. It was mostly their Mario videos and their Zelda videos, because there was quite a bit of Mario videos now that I think about it. But anyway, I just thought Matpat was a really cool YouTuber, and his videos got me to think about video games in a way that I just really didn't before, and made me appreciate the lore of those video games more. But anyway, fast forward to about 2018, and I have in my possession a Super Nintendo Classic. And on the Super Nintendo Classic is Earthbound. And I never actually finished Earthbound. I think I got stuck at the beginning of the game, but I was kind of interested in Earthbound, so I just decided to look up videos on YouTube, and guess what I found? That's right, Sans is Ness. That video was my introduction to Undertale. However, I never played Undertale in 2018, even though it had just came out for the Switch at that point. I knew what Undertale and Deltarune were, and I think I watched the Game Theory videos on those. I don't remember. But I definitely watched Sans' Ness. So, going off of that, fast forward a year later, 2019, and I'm obsessed with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and Epic Mickey. And there was not a lot of YouTube content. I still don't think there's a lot of YouTube content about those games or Oswald compared to something like Zelda or Mario, which of course there wasn't. It's a really obscure character. But I was just trying to find anything I could, so out of curiosity, I just looked up Game Theory Epic Mickey, and I found their episode on Bindi and the Ink Machine. And I remember the first time I watched it, even though I was like 13, I never really got into the indie horror game scene, and so Five Nights at Freddy's was a complete mystery to me. I watched their episode on Epic Mickey, and I was terrified, even though I was like 13 years old. I was still terrified of this goopy ink demon. So obviously, I never played Bindi and the Ink Machine, but Game Theory was also my introduction into that franchise. And then I remember around the same time I was watching the Harry Potter movies for the first time and reading the books. So I think Game Theory's episodes on Harry Potter were my introduction to Matpat's second channel, or third channel, I guess. And I watched a lot of their Disney stuff, I believe, and I still watch a lot of Film Theory and Game Theory to this day, though I'm gonna be honest, I'm not big into Style or Food Theory, and it's not because they're bad channels. They are very high production, well-made videos. They're just not things I'm interested in, or videos I would watch in my free time. When I go onto YouTube, I want to watch videos about fictional media, and obviously food and clothing does not really fall into that category. But anyway, back to my story. Fast forward a year after I discovered Film Theory and Bindi, and I remember I watched a Wolfie Chew video about this thing called Doki Doki Literature Club. I think you all know where this is going. And her video was like very cute, very bright colors. I didn't think anything of it, and so when I saw Matpat made a video about the game.
The hidden truth of Doki Doki Literature Club is that Monica is from a different game. Monica is Flowey, who also happens to be Porky from Earthbound, who's really the purple guy from FNAF.
I watched it, and like before, I was terrified. But I was also fascinated by it. I was so fascinated by how this like anime girl that's like been corrupted and knows she's in a game can like corrupt everyone else around her. And I was so invested into like all the little tidbits of lore. And so while I didn't play the game because I don't think I would have been allowed to, I scrounged YouTube for like any videos on Doki Doki Literature Club that I could. I listened to all the fan songs. That's kind of how I got into Oreo. And even though I don't think Matpat was my introduction to Doki Doki Literature Club like he was for Bindi and Undertale, he was kind of the kickstart into my obsession over the game. And through Doki Doki Literature Club, I found a comic dub where it was like Ask Sans and Monica. And so I think it was through that comic that I kind of discovered the Undertale fandom. And that was a game I actually did pick up later. And after that, obviously, I got back into Bindi. This was like during the pandemic, by the way, since I had nothing else better to do. So I played Undertale and Bindi. I loved them. And then later, I got my hands on Doki Doki Literature Club, and I still love that game. It's very scary and very terrifying. I still loved it. I still, to this day, love Doki Doki Literature Club. So Matpat is the entire reason I discovered indie games when I was younger. Well, at least the popular ones, because I did play Shantae when I was young, and I still love the Shantae series, but that one I just kind of discovered on my own, I think. I don't think, though, I ever got into Five Nights at Freddy's through his videos. I have seen some of his theory videos, and I'm kind of a fan now, but that's more through my boyfriend forcing me to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which was good, by the way, and just binge watching Pasture's videos. So, while I can say I'm a fan of the series now, it wasn't Matpat that got me into that, but other sources. Though I may go back and actually watch his theory videos because they seem very fascinating and there is a lot of them. So I may go back and watch those now. But anyway, other than Matpat and his team getting me into series like Undertale, Bindi, and Doki Doki Literature Club, all these indie games that I hold dear to my heart, Matpat and his theories have always been a constant in my life, and they have been for the past 7 years. And with all that has changed in my life, from going through all the way through middle school and throughout most of high school, him and his team and their incredible work with their videos have always been a constant. They've always been there. And every week I know they're gonna upload, and if it's a topic I'm interested in, I'm gonna sit down and watch their newest theory. In a lot of ways, I have changed throughout the last 7 years, but a way I haven't changed is my love of YouTube and my love of fandom. And in a way, I'm still that 11-year-old girl sitting down at a computer and watching Matthew Patrick discuss why certain fictional characters are not what they seem. So that's my story with Matpat. And you're probably not, but Matpat, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for being so much fun and so passionate about your theories. Thank you for being such a genuine person. Thank you for being a constant in my life amidst an ever-changing world. And thank you for being you, because despite everything, it's still you. And I know you're retiring, and I'm gonna be honest, I am both sad but also really excited. I am genuinely curious on to see where all the new hosts are going to take the channels. Because just after seeing how you've shown the hosts to be and how fun it looks like they're having, I'm really curious to see where the channels are heading in the future. But at the same time, I'm gonna miss you, man. After 7 years of constantly having you in my subscription box, and it's been longer for others, way longer for others, it's gonna hurt a little bit. But at the same time, I am so happy for you that you can finally not have such a stressful workload and can finally pursue your own projects. So with all that said, Matpat, just know that we love you. We're gonna miss you. And I can't wait to see you at Christmas, Grandpa.